Welcome back into 2024, guys. I hope this year's been off to a great start for you. For me, on the other hand, it has not. um, just a little testimony. So, on day 3 of the new year, my youngest son, was in a accident on his bicycle involving a truck. And I was actually working from home and got the horrific news from a neighbor coming to me saying, "Hey, your son's been in an accident, been hit by a car." And of course, my heart dropped. And I'm frantic and I'm running and I'm trying to get to him. Um, Glad to say that he is well, that it was just a concussion, and that the truck actually didn't have direct contact or impact with his body. It really kind of clipped the bicycle. So most of his impact was from hitting the pavement. And again, like I said, he suffers from a concussion, but he is healing well and almost back to his normal self. He does have a couple scrapes and bruises, and we've got some dental work that we've got to do. But I am so glad that God intervened to prevent that from being what could have been detrimental and dire. Um, and I wouldn't be here able to smile talking to you guys right now. So I will say for 2024, it felt much like 2023, where God has been interceding and superseding on my behalf in a lot of things that are not going necessarily the way that I would have wanted them to go. But again, God is good. I am so grateful and thankful. And I'm sure many of you probably have testimonies just like that one, or if not, something even more miraculous. But we must continue to thank Him and praise Him and continue to pray that He will continue to cover us and keep us safe and healthy, protect our loved ones and our circle and our friends. And again, I'm just so thankful and grateful that my baby, he's, I call him my baby because he is my baby, but he's 6'3" or somewhere around in there. So he's a tall guy, a tall guy. Actually, the EMT said, "Oh, I thought he was 20." I'm like, "No, he's 16." So again, I'm just so grateful and thankful for all the people who helped to make sure that he was safe. All of my neighbors who tapped in to come get me and let me know that something had happened to him, and the school, all the thoughts, all the prayers. So I am ecstatically grateful to everyone who helped out. It's so wonderful to have a community of folks who know you, who know your family, your children, and are just willing to help, to pitch in and help out in any kind of way possible. So that support and that just feeling of arms wrapped around us, I cannot thank you enough. It is priceless. So thank you so much for that. So with that being said, with that spirit of being grateful, with that spirit of being open to new things that are bound to happen, but also knowing that I'm covered. God has got me, and that whatever is thrown my way, I am going to make it through it, that I'm going to come out on top of it, even better than before. And that's the attitude that I'm taking into 2024. And I hope and pray for that same spirit and that cup halfway full attitude for all of you out here who are watching the video today. So let's take the moment to just be grateful. Let's think about the things that we want to do, and just know that just because it's a new year doesn't create change. What creates the change is actually yourself, and the things that you set in your mind, the visions that you have, and how you set those visions into something tangible on paper. And then from that tangible on paper, you put those things into action, into work, so that you can actually formulate something that is fruitful for you. If it's nothing else, of just saying, hey, this is a thought that I had, this is what I put my mind to do, and you actually did it. So kudos for taking the first step and just sitting down, thinking about those visions and putting them on paper. I want to encourage everyone to do that. That is what I will be doing this year. Again, last year in 2023, of course, I had goals set for myself. All of the goals I was not able to achieve, but those goals are still tangible goals that I can try to attain in 2024. And just because it's the end of the year does not mean that that's the end of that dream, or that's the end of that goal that I set for myself. So we can still continue to move forward. We can just hit the reset button and say, okay, remotivate, re-energize, look at new ideas and different things that'll help uplift you, so that you can continue to move forward with your goals and your aspirations and your dreams. I'd like to know, what are some of the things that you guys are thinking about for 2024? Excuse me. What are some of your ideas? What are some of the goals that you have set for yourself? And what are you going to do to make sure that you stay on target? Is it maybe you want to start a business? Is it maybe like for myself in real estate, I need to sell an additional 20 houses this year? And then how are you gonna do it? How are you gonna hold yourself accountable? Do you have like a partner that you can, might be a spouse, might be a girlfriend, boyfriend, could be your kids, could be your best friend, holding you accountable to just say, hey, did you follow through? Or how's it going with that project you mentioned? I think it's very important for us to have a way that we can hold ourselves accountable. If it's nothing other than creating a calendar, which I've got my calendar, and setting dates, or putting on certain dates, setting a goal or a target date for you to complete a specific item that you're trying to complete. That's one way to hold yourself accountable, because when you look at that, you reach that date, you say, okay, I did it. Or let me give myself an additional day. Or, hey, golly, I only got like 2 weeks left to that date. Let me get my butt in gear and get it done. I know some people operate really well under pressure and at the last minute. Myself, I'm kind of one of those people, I guess. Yeah, under pressure. I hate to say last minute, but I get it done usually. And sometimes I have to push the date back, and that's okay too. I do, I believe in giving myself grace, because I'm not only just working on something for myself, or my aspirations, my dreams, or whatever it is I have going on with whatever the goal is that I set for myself, but I also, I have kids, I have a husband, I have a family, I have a circle of friends, I have a job, I have other commitments that sometimes, well, heck, we could just call it what it is. It's life, right? Sometimes those things get in the way of me reaching the date that I set for myself. So I want to always give myself a little bit of grace. And I encourage everybody to do the same thing. Now, with that being said, if you notice you're giving yourself some grace every week or every 2 weeks, you get into that benchmark or that date, and you're not hitting your goal, then you might want to sit down and just have a frank conversation with yourself about what it is you're really doing. So we just have to we have to balance things. I heard somebody talking about that the other day, saying, hey, don't ever say you juggle all these things that you have going on. because juggle implies that somebody's left up in the air, or somebody's down on the bottom, or somebody might get dropped. But if you say I'm balancing these items, you're actually allocating specific time to whatever it is that you're working on to balance your life. And it's just from a physiological standpoint, from a mental standpoint, it works better for you to be able to balance things as opposed to juggle them. You think about juggling, God, that's to me, that's stressful because I know I might drop something. So I don't want to juggle anything. I want to actually balance the things that are going on in my life. And I'll give you a good example. I heard someone else talking about, just being a busy mom and having kids, and how, sometimes your kids come in and they interrupt and whatever you're doing. I don't know, it could be a work project, whatever, but they come in and interrupt. And, in your mind or in your thought process, you might be saying, leave me alone. I can't get a minute to myself. I just need some time to get this done. But instead of saying that, you actually try to listen to them. You're trying to still do the work that you're set out to do, and you're juggling it. And you're not doing a good job because your child can sense that you're not fully paying attention to him or her. They, she, it, whatever. And your child can sense that you have some tension. And maybe they're starting to feel a little resentful that mom or dad is not really paying attention to me. So in that sense, what can we do differently to prevent that? Because we do want our kids to be sound mind. We want them to be stable. We want them to be nourished. We want them to feel balanced. But we also want to teach them the right way. And I don't want to use the word the right way because every scenario is different, but a better way of handling a situation where you're working on a project and you have to split your time. So, I think the best way to do it is to have a conversation with your child and say, mom is working on this important project for work or whatever it's for. I'm going to set my timer. Give me 20 minutes here. When the timer goes off, I'll be done, and I'm coming back to listen to you. That way you'll have my full undivided attention, and I can clearly listen to you, give you feedback, and your child feels important. And your child also has in front of them something tangible, that timer, that they know when the timer goes off, okay, mom is free. Mom's available to listen to me. And, I actually tried that because I have that scenario all day long. Y'all don't know this, so I'm sharing something personal. Do not judge me, okay? This is my life, okay? But, so I love dogs. I've always had a pet as I can remember growing up. And in my adult life, I've always had a pet. Through the years, those pets have multiplied. So I started with one, then I got two, then I got three, then, they died or something happened to them where they passed away. And then I started all over with the Frenchies. So I'm a Frenchie mom. And I started out with one, I got two, then she had puppies, and then I just loved it so much. I had a good time helping to, bring the puppies up, and then obviously selling the puppies so that they go to good homes, and seeing the happiness and the joy that they brought me to other families. So we did it again and we did it again. Well, this go round, we had 5. And well, first, let me back up. We had the 2. From the first litter, we kept 1. And then I actually got another one because I wanted a specific color. And all the Frenchy people out there, you know what a blue is. Some of you bulldog lovers, you probably know what a blue is too. So I had to have my blue girl. So I got her. But then my other female who had the previous litter had another litter of 5 just last year actually. And we sold 3 of them. We have 2 left. So now I have a total of I have a total of 6. So yeah, I got 2 sons, 1 in college, a husband, 6 dogs that are like kids. I am still a registered nurse, and I still work what they call PRN, which is as needed. I kind of sign up for different days that I can put into my schedule, and then I'm also a realtor. So I do have my plate full, but for whatever reason, I've always functioned at that level of having that many things on my plate. So for me, it's kind of normal. I guess I have to stay busy. I like working at a level where I'm challenged. Let's put it that way. So anyway, needless to say, one might say I'm juggling a lot. And again, that's why I say when I heard this interview, I thought, what a great way to think about that. Don't juggle it. Instead of juggling it, try to balance it, have better time management with myself, with my family, and obviously with those extensions. So that's one of my goals and resolutions for this year, is to just have a better work-life balance, because we don't want to just work hard, but we also, we want to have a balance of it. We want to be able to enjoy life and not stress ourselves out. I think we can all agree that the last couple of years have been extremely stressful for many different reasons for a lot of people. Some experience more stress than others. Obviously, a lot of people deal with stress differently. So what I may be able to tolerate, you may not be able to tolerate, and vice versa. So, and then obviously too, we all deal with it differently. So we've just got to find that balance. So that's, again, one of my goals, is to get it balanced a little bit better, and just make the year wonderful, to not take anything for granted, and to make sure that whatever it is that I set for myself, and whatever date that I have established for whatever that target objective is, that I actually complete it. I think a lot of us will start things, and then we just don't ever get it done. We have every intention. I'm sure y'all can hear the dogs in the background. We have every intention. Excuse me. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, like I was saying, we have every intention initially, but we just don't seem to be able to get it completed. Remember what I said earlier, sometimes you've got to, if you keep pushing that date back, you might want to come back and have a frank conversation with yourself to find out, is this something you really want to do? What's preventing you from getting it done? And how can, if it is something that you want to continue to do, how can you set yourself up so that you balance your life a little bit better, have more time management to be able to get the goal completed within the timeline that you have set for yourself? So sometimes, again, you got to have that partner to hold yourself accountable. Sometimes maybe you need to partner with someone who might be interested in the same thing that you are, and they might have a better strength than you. Their strength might be more time management, and you partner with that person to actually get your goal attained. There are many ways to do it, y'all. And we have the internet, we've got the library, we've got cell phones, everything at our fingertips to really be able to get a lot of these things done. So I don't want to make 2024 a year of excuses. And I'm sure you don't either for yourself. So what we got to do. We just got to get our butts in gear, and we got to do what we say we're going to do. Do what we say we're going to do. If you are here and you are waking up every day, you're breathing, whether you're healthy or not, there is always opportunity and room for you to be doing something to better yourself so that you can be better for those around you. And that's what it's all about. How can you be better yourself for others around you? And I'm going to leave you guys with that. Happy 2024. Let's touch bases. Remember to drop me some comments about the things that you've set for yourself and how you're going to do it, whether that's get a partner, whether that's set your calendar, better time management, invest in an automated system for yourself to make sure that you can get those items done. Whatever it is that you're saying that you want to do, let's not make excuses this year in 2024. Life is going to hit us. It's going to hit some of us harder than others. But what I do know is that we have to pick ourselves up, and we have to surround ourselves with people who are like-minded or even stronger minded than ourselves to help us to just elevate and transcend the problems of life. It happens to all of us. So if you can still wake up and you can put a smile on your face, whether you are happy or not, something physiological in your brain says, oh, she's smiling. She is smiling. And inside, those endorphins start to just flow. Just do it every day, even if you're not truly happy. Just smile. Smile. Just smile. And then start to take some action. I promise that you will start to feel better and that you will actually achieve some of the goals and some of the things that you're setting out for yourself. So I wish everyone well in 2024. Please don't be a stranger. My contact information is usually always in my bio, so feel free to reach out. As you know, I'm in healthcare and I'm in real estate. So if you're ever in the Baltimore DMV area, definitely hit me up if you need help trying to assess some real estate. I'd love to represent you as your realtor. And as always, take it easy.